Good morning everyone and welcome to Meister Tarot. As promised, I want to have a look at, on my pages and pages notes here, the future of Russia after this is all over. I want to have a look at now. I have in the past, and I have read on it, I have seen that Putin's fate is very much tied up into this invasion of Ukraine. It was and is a mistake too many for Putin, and it will be his undoing. So I'm not going to look so much on that today. I have posted this a couple of weeks ago. I had an extremely strong vision of Putin. I'll say assassinated, but I don't know that he'll actually be assassinated as opposed to actually removed. Very briefly, the vision was he was walking down this wide avenue. It was in an old town, stone buildings, cobblestone road, almost like an old Roman road, but cobblestone road, stone footpaths, stone buildings, and nothing higher than 2 stories. Walking down very wide avenue, and he decided to turn right, literally turn right down this alleyway. Now I think this turning right down this alleyway was his actual decision to invade Ukraine, because prior to that he was cruising along without a care in the world and everything was going hunky-dory for him. So he's turned down this alleyway where the buildings are a lot closer, still only 1 to 2 stories high, and as he was walking down this narrow cobblestone alleyway, a woman stepped out in front of him, dressed in a very smart 1950s style tweed fitted suit, jacket and skirt, stepped out right in front of him, beret on, and she literally just pulled out a gun and shot him. There was no body. As soon as she shot him, he disappeared. She then threw off the beret, put her hair up in a ponytail, almost Superman style, tore off the suit, and below she was wearing khaki cargo army style pants, a t-shirt and a bandana. And this was the new world. This was the new world disposing of Putin. And it was so vivid that I can still see it even 3 weeks later, 3 weeks later. Gosh, hasn't time flown? As vivid as if it was just now. So that's where I'm at the moment in regards to Putin. But I want to have a look at Russia itself. So I want to have a look at, there are reports that the population is becoming divided. You've got the older generation who have prospered under Putin, because, to be honest, the last decade has been, or so of his power has been quite prosperous, due to some underhanded means, but entertainment purposes only, allegedly speculation. But it has been, it's been quite wealthy for Russia. They have opened up to the West, so the capital is Russia is almost a form of communist capitalism at the moment, in a different way than what China is, but still the same philosophy. And so the older are still supporting, very much like a lot of other Western countries. It's been good for me, so therefore I shall continue to support it. But the young people, the tech-savvy people, are seeing a completely different story. The poverty, the wealth is not necessarily flowing down to them. Their lives, they're wanting the freedom. They're wanting the freedom, they're wanting the information, they're wanting the technology, and they're not happy to forego those factors for the sake of security. So I want to have a quick look about the future of Russia. Will there be, I'm using the wrong deck for this, thank you Meister for telling me. I will use, this is my mystical manga cards, I'll use these in regards to this particular question. Just split the deck, and I've got actions and consequences and my feminine energy Zelensky card. Also my Navalny card, that's interesting. The feminine energy version of them, they're very similar figures, and they both have this inspiring, empowering, visionary, masculine and feminine energy. Okay, what's flinging out at me here? Will there be an uprising? I don't know whether this is an uprising or this is just for Putin. Tell me, is this... I'm pretty sure it's... Okay. Because I hadn't asked the question about the uprising, because I had been talking about this vision, I will work on these cards being this vision. So these just all fell out in one heap at me, and when I looked at them, I was told yes. So what we've got here is hidden agenda. This is an intuitive spiritual figure, but she has a secret that she is not revealing, and it is all about this hidden agenda. I've got the walking away and the new beginning. Now these cards are not necessarily in the order of what they need to be read in. It's just that they fell out as these bulk. So I'm seeing it that this, yes, there is... Okay. Yes, it is about the uprising. Okay, yes. Oh, yes, I'm glad Meister now corrects me when in the readings. Before, he used to correct me after I'd finished a reading, and we had a little discussion, and it was, Meister, you need to tell me this stuff during the reading. It is about the uprising. There is something in play being planned that will cause a walking away from what is no longer serving them and walking on this new path under the blessing of this of the universe. All about fire energy, passion energy. Ace of Wands, very much about a new beginning in regards to plans, passion, communications, just a new beginning for the country. Very much a new beginning on every aspect. It will mean authentic reform. It will mean death and rebirth of the country. It will mean cleansing of this devil energy. So these are the Russian people chained to this devil energy. And this is the corruption, the greed, the avarice, the toxicity, of those that are downtreading of Putin and his enablers, and it will be authentically reformed. And we have the Knight of Swords, which is a harsh truth coming forward, but also, more importantly, bringing a determined truth forward, voicing a inspirational new beginning of intellect and justice, actions and consequences. So that's basically telling me that yes, there will. We also then have the Knight of Coins, which is a slow and steady, diligent, moving forward. Knights are always moving forward. Both these knights are moving forward, both with different energies. The Knight of Swords is a very fast-moving knight, so he's going to cut through with the truth, with the intellect, with the justice, which is the consequence of actions. And he's going to be quite savage about it all, and he's going to be very quickly followed by this Knight of Coins, which is or Knight of Pentacles, which is all about rebuilding, grounding, rebuilding financial security, dreaming big, possibilities, moving forward with that energy. It is a plan coming. There is a plan that will come to fruition very quickly. It will come to fruition very quickly. So I think that answered that question, actually, even though I barely got to ask it. Will there be an uprising? So the next question comes. So we've got this older population that has basically been propaganded into apathy, but also due to the stifling of any dissent. Protesting gets thrown in jail for 15 years, and gulags in Russia are not where you want to be, and misinformation. So will it be, will the uprising be via the youth? Oh, so I cut the deck, and here we have the Emperor. Again, this is the older generation, and then we have the younger generation. But this is also very much about Putin in his Caesar, Napoleonic role, and then it's the younger generation that are stepping forward on this new journey with a message. So I think that answered that question as well. We're going to race through them today. So yes, I am seeing that it is the younger generation that will bring about this. But I do want to ask, will Putin and his enablers be overthrown? Who will overthrow them? Now I'm going to go back to my mystical manga deck. Thank you, Meister. I want to ask who will be the ones to ultimately overthrow Putin and his inner circle. Now we have the people, we have the oligarchs, we have brought down by his own health Putin. It is fairly well acknowledged, although he would deny it to his dying breath, that Putin has Parkinson's, but it is fairly, entertainment purposes only, allegedly speculation that he has cancer. There is a strong supposition that it is bowel cancer. I think you call it colon cancer in the US, and possibly in the UK and Australia we call it bowel cancer, or by the FSB / used to be KGB. So I want to do an extended Celtic cross on this one. I'll just give myself a little bit more room on what will cause Putin's ousting, Putin's and his inner circle's ousting. I know I'm talking as if it's a given, but I really strongly have been told, have been shown, and feel that it is a given. This is his Alamo, this is his last stand, this is his last throw of the dice, his last gamble, and it's not going his way. So tell me, what will be Putin's ousting? Putin and his inner circle's ousting. Putin and his inner circle. Way too many fell out. That's just bad shuffling on my behalf. It's raining here again, and I've got a jumper on today. It's autumn in Australia. Can't make its mind up. Tell me about Putin's ousting. Tell me about Putin's ousting. Extended Celtic cross, please. Okay, the Fool, which can mean two meanings. Most cards in the tarot have more than one meaning if you look clearly at them. It can mean a courageous and faith-driven new beginning, which can be what we're looking for with the Russian people. You've got this path winding in the background, leading to this son with his faithful dog by his side, but it can also mean simply the fool, foolish. And I'm really getting a draw in this particular deck because of the look on the fool's face. He's not looking up and out, he's not looking forward, he's not looking with glee and courage, he is looking down almost in disappointment. And what I'm seeing very strongly in this, that Putin realizes that this invasion of Ukraine was simply foolish. It was foolish. Crossed, challenged by, there is a plan on the world stage. Be patient, people. There is a plan in play. Hasn't yet come to fruition. Base of the pack, working hard behind the scenes. It's also about money, but it's also about security. So working behind the scenes. In the past, the Chariot, moving forward, but also chaotic. It is a very rapid chaos, uncontrolled forward movement. But that's in the past. And again, I'm seeing that this is about this invasion of Ukraine. Crowning the reading, the overall energies of this reading is Russia itself. Immediate future, balance, temperance, grounding, rebalancing, moderation, gentleness, a return of balance between what is and what can be, spiritually and physically, just putting things back in order. And that's the near future. Okay. The external influence, we have this Emperor, which is Putin in his Napoleonic Tsar, my way or the highway, I am the supreme ruler, blah, 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 blah. This is the external influences in what will happen in regards to a Russian uprising. The internal influences, this conflict and infighting. And as I touched on before, it will be very much those that are prosperous under what is versus those that want new. The King of Coins in the hopes and fears. This again is also another, this is the oligarchs. Whether this is the hope or the fear, that shall remain to be seen. But the King of Coins, the King of Pentacles, is also a stable, providing force. So I'm actually thinking that it is the oligarchs that are going to bring this. Oligarchs, I always get that back to front. Sorry, my dyslexia is kicking in. It is the oligarchs that will bring this forward. They will be faced with a choice. It is about the giving and receiving of money. It is about them having access to their finances. So it's not written fully yet. They still have this decision to be made. Their fortunes are these ships on the waves. This is their money. They're standing on one leg, juggling, do I, don't I, do I, don't I, what will I gain, what will I lose, my ships are out of control, my wealth is out of my control, I can potentially bring one safely to harbour, but I must sacrifice the other. Which way do I go? But this is about them having access to their money, and they're juggling that decision. And then we have the Page of Swords again, which is this youthful figure, this youthful energetic messenger coming forward with a message of the truth of reality. And we have this Ace of Wands again, this new passionate beginning. Base of the pack, we've got insecurity, having to, being challenged, having to defend himself, and again, another ace, a new beginning. So this is Putin, desperately trying to hold on, insecure. He's feeling like he's having to battle for his position, but we've got this new start. So from that, I am seeing that the actual pressure for Putin to go will come from the oligarchs themselves. Not so much the people rising up, not from within the FSB, which used to be the KGB. It will come from those that have been financially hit the most. The oligarchs, they can see a prosperous new beginning. The interim leader, I'll have a quick look. So a few readers have had a look at this very briefly and have seen that there will be an interim leader before an actual leader will take over. So I'll just ask about both of those factors. So I don't want to go on too long today. Yesterday was a bit of a marathon. Tell me about who will be the interim leader once Putin is removed by whatever means. So I didn't see it being his health that will remove him. Tell me about, split the deck, and I've got Russia and I've got the Star of Hope. There is great hope for Russia. I do want to have a look at something else there as well. I have read on Crimea and Belarus. Once Putin is gone, feel free to go back. Sorry about the volume, put your headphones on and turn it right up. Belarus and Crimea will revert to sovereign states once Putin is removed. I do want to have a look at, very briefly, at Siberia, which has been part of Russia for a long time, but that's why Russia is so big. It did the same as what it did to Crimea and Belarus. It walked into Siberia and said, "We'll have you, thank you very much." So I'll have a quick look at that in a minute. But in the meantime, tell me about, once Putin is removed, tell me about this interim leader. Tell me about the energies of this interim leader, because they will define the direction of Russia going forward. This interim leader, tell me about the energies of this. I'm not going to speculate who it will be. I do see Julia Navalny, the wife of Alexei Navalny. Once Putin is gone, Alexei Navalny will be released from prison. He will not have the energy, I've read on him a couple of times, he will not have the energy to become a political figure again. He will be more of a figurehead, but he won't be at the head. He will become like a rallying banner, a standard. But I do see his wife stepping forward very strongly and influencing the future direction of Russia with his support. But I'm going to have a look. My Yulia Navalny, it might be 2 months ago, that particular reading. Feel free to go back and have a look. Her name is in the title. I know I put a lot of readings out there. I cover a lot of ground. But tell me about the energies of this interim leader. Okay. Had these cards fling out at me, but I will just briefly go through them. It is a new start. It is a new start with peace. You've got this dove of peace, embracing the truth, cutting through, but the sword is pointed down. A lot of the decks it's pointed up, and it is literally cutting through. This sword is unsheathed, but it is in the relaxed position, so the priority is this dove of peace. We have wish fulfillment. This will be great celebration for the people, walking away from what is no longer serving Russia. They will assess that whoever this interim leader is will assess what has gone before, and they will guide Russia away towards these new horizons. The cups most of the cups are still upright. It's not like anything has been spilt, but the possibilities towards the future are so much greater than what already is. And they will be a very skilled orator. Wands are about communication and plans and bringing forward those plans with passion. So they will be a very skilled orator, a visionary orator. It will be a younger person. That's what I'm seeing. They will be a younger person. It will happen very quickly. We've got this as the oligarchs and their gilded cages, bringing this plan to fruition, bringing the ship into the safe harbour. It won't be easy. There will be working together. They'll have to work together, but it will not be easy, bringing this new interim power to being. But I take heart at, if you look in the background there, you have the stag that appears on the Ace of Pentacles card as well. You have the stag of power with his herd of does watching on as this journey is made. And if you have a look at this card and this card, they both have this moon in it. This is a full moon. This is full illumination, walking towards what is new. This is a what we call a quarter moon. So it may be 3 weeks time, 3 weeks or 7 weeks time that this burden is going. I'm hoping it's 3 weeks that this is going to occur, or 3 weeks after this once Putin is disposed, that they will actually bring forward these messages. But I'm looking. They're carrying this burden is being carried by the Russian people, moving forward, watched over by the stag of strength. Then we also have this Two of Pentacles popping up again. Again, it's about having to make a decision about what direction to go in, what ship to bring into the harbour. Introspection and investigation, finding the way forward. We've got this snake on the ground. This snake is in the shape of the infinity. It is very much considered about the way forward, the way past this potential snake, but not all snakes are poisonous. It is about what direction to take for the future. Working together and contracts being made, doing it in things being seen from a different point of view. So that's actually, I'm very positive for that. The energies of this interim person. Not everyone will be happy. You've got this King of Wands figure, which is both my masculine energies of Zelensky and Navalny. I'm not saying either of them will be in this position, but this is the energies of so that not everyone will be happy. There will be heartbreak and loss. Okay, right. I'm being told that there will be a realization about this war with Ukraine, that it was so for nothing. The heartbreak and loss over this war with Ukraine. but then we have this energy, this visionary, honourable, empowering masculine energy coming forward, who is also compassionate and encompassing, and they're self-aware and inspiring, and they are all about the people. They are about the passion of the country and the passion of the people. So this is this energy coming forward. So there will be some restriction. There will be hard work that needs to go on in the background. There will be some truths coming forward, but I love all these doves of peace. Truths coming forward. But this is also, she's very much about being perceptive and encompassing of diversity. So this is someone who is going to, their masculine energy will be this empowering, inspirational, compassionate energy, but their energy will also be this feminine, encompassing of diversity, uniting, perceptive, wielding the sword of truth and peace energy. It'll be slow and steady progress forward. Slow, steady, diligent, reliable. I like those cards. Okay, that was the interim leader. I want to have a look at the long term for Russian leadership. I can't, 31 minutes, I do apologise. I will use my intuition cards. I will try and race through these as quickly as possible. Bullseye for the health, but please tell me, for the health of Russia, please tell me about the long-term leadership. I'll have a look at Siberia another day. Long-term, the influences of the long-term leadership of Russia. Tell me about the long-term leadership of Russia. I really feel that interim leader is going to set the path forward. Tell me about the long-term leadership, the long-term direction of Russia. Tell me about the people, the leaders, the long-term direction, leadership, prosperity of Russia, please. I'm almost as nervous as you are. Oh, we've got the health is up again. The health, stop, minus, illumination, technology, up. Keep going. Busy as a bee. Right, it's short term. The health of Russia is just going to have to be paused for a while, as it is assessed via illumination. Technology will be the way forward for Russia. Oh, I like that, because at the moment Russia's very reliant on its fossil fuel. And fossil fuels are not the future of the world. So we need a leader that actually sees beyond the fossil fuel, beyond the subsistence farming, beyond the growing of wheat. I mean, the growing of wheat is extremely vital, but it's all about the science. The science is going on its way up, and it's going to be extremely busy. The future is drop by drop filling this ocean. It won't be so much about money. It's not so much about money. The money is what causes the chaos. And the future is not yet written. But, okay. But this chaos caused by, okay. Thank you, Meister. This chaos caused by corruption is on its way out. It's not there yet. It's not yet written, but it's on its way out. The loyalty, rebuilding. Okay. The enthusiasm. Okay, this is, if you think of a dog, when you come home from work, or you come home literally from being out to check the mail in the letterbox for 2 minutes, the enthusiasm and the delight that a dog greeting you at the door will give you. This is the future as Russia rebuilds. Conflict is in its past. The loss of money, as the wasted money is causing great sadness and anger. The waste of money on these conflicts, on this corruption, causes great sadness and anger, and so it should. The key is the people talking, the growth of abundance is okay. So the key and growth is the people passing on the messages, working together, sharing their secrets. It will lead to the growth. This toxic avarice, greed is empty now. It is empty. It was foolish. The strength is the future. The strength is what is powerful. Okay, these dark clouds will be lifted by freedom. Yes, cooperation and intertwining will rule the unity. Will rule the unity. And it will be these light bulbs. It will be this future, the busy working, the growth. All this is the future. Oh, I'll just let that go. Do apologise, hope it's not too loud. It is the realisation, and that realisation will come about via communication and bravery. Some will find it scary, the wealthy, those that have relied on this, on what was going on in the past, will find it scary. Those that have prospered under Putin's regime, but they need to make this leap of faith. Will they be able to make this leap of faith? Some no, but it is the destiny of this country. It is the destiny. And Russia will take its place as a full leader on the earth, following that path. Okay, love those cards. Take care. We'll have a look at Siberia on another day, and have a fabulous weekend. Love to you all. Bye-bye.